This video will guide you through reviewing a consulting services contract. Consulting Services Contract Review is a frequently requested service on the Contracts Council platform since clients and consultants want to understand the terms before finalizing an agreement. If you have received a consulting services contract and need to review it, then this video is for you. Before we start, just a brief disclaimer. The following information is provided for educational purposes and in no way constitutes legal advice. For legal advice, we encourage you to consult a licensed attorney. We have also provided more information in the description, including how to find a lawyer. We will cover top considerations when reviewing a consulting services contract, key terms to find and understand in your agreement, cost to hire a lawyer for review. We have also added a link in the description below with information on legal fees. Now let's get started. Top considerations for consulting services contracts. Consulting services contracts are legally binding agreements between consultants and clients that can significantly impact your working relationship. Before diving into specific terms, here are some top considerations to keep in mind. Consultant status. Ensure that the agreement clearly defines the consultant's status to avoid confusion with employee classification, which has tax implications. Deliverables. Clarify what is expected of the consultant in terms of deliverables, timelines, and project outcomes. Compliance with laws. Consulting contracts need to abide by relevant laws and regulations, which may differ based on geographic locations and industries. Consider hiring a lawyer. It is highly advisable to hire a lawyer to review a consulting services contract. They can help ensure compliance and clarify industry standard terms. We have included a link in the description to help you find one. Key terms to understand. Consulting services contracts contain many essential terms you should understand. Here are some key terms to look for. 1. Parties involved. Ensure that the legal names and details of all parties involved are correctly stated. Verify that full legal names are used to avoid ambiguity. 2. Scope of work. Find sections that delineate the scope of work, including specific services, deliverables, timelines, and milestones. Make sure this is clear. 3. Payment terms. Review the payment terms carefully, including amounts, due dates, and payment methods. 4. Confidentiality. Pay attention to confidentiality clauses to understand what information is protected and your obligations regarding it. 5. Intellectual property. Determine the ownership of ideas and materials created during the consulting engagement. 6. Termination. Understand the conditions under which either party can terminate the agreement and any notice periods required. 7. Liability and indemnification. Familiarize yourself with liability clauses that outline responsibilities and protection from claims. And 8. Dispute resolution. Review the dispute resolution provisions, including any requirements for mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Average costs to hire a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer to review your consulting services contract is always recommended. Contracts Council's marketplace allows you to post your project and receive competitive bids from lawyers to compare. Based on our data, the average cost to review a consulting services contract is $510 on a flat fee basis. This is based on 25 recent projects across various U.S. states. Legal fees can vary based on the following factors. State or location. Lawyer fees may vary based on where they are located. For example, a lawyer in New York City will likely have a higher rate than a lawyer in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Length of contract. Given lawyers traditionally bill by the hour, a longer contract with more pages will require more of their time, which can make the legal costs higher. Complexity of terms. If there are complicated terms in the agreement, it can increase legal fees since it will require the lawyer to spend more time working on the project. Service required. You can hire lawyers for different services. If you simply need the contract reviewed and explained, this will be a lower fee than also needing the contract redlined and negotiated. Reviewing a consulting services contract is essential to protect your rights and ensure a successful consulting engagement. If you need help from an experienced lawyer, feel free to search Contracts Council or visit contractscouncil.com and post a job to get quotes from lawyers to help you. Thanks for watching.